Ba-na-na-na-da-da-da with Jimmy, Della, Femina, and Abby Kolb.
Good afternoon and welcome to Channel 1 News at 1, your number one news station. My name is Jimmy, Della, Femina.
I'm Abby Kolb.
We have some interesting news for you this afternoon.
Yes, we do, starting with an earthquake that occurred in San Francisco, California.
Luckily, we were able to get Tim Brogan on the scene. What can you tell us, Tim?
Last week in San Francisco, an earthquake rudely awakened the citizens. The main tremor, having a 7.7 to 7.9 magnitude, lasted about 1 minute and was the result of the rupturing of the northernmost part of the San Andreas Fault. The death toll from this earthquake is estimated to be around 700 and still rising. But when calculating destruction, the earthquake took second place to the Great Fire that followed. The fire, lasting 4 days, most likely started with broken gas lines. With water mains broken, fighting the fires was almost impossible, and about 500 city blocks were destroyed. The damage this earthquake has caused is far worse than any natural disaster before it. The damages from the initial quake and the fires that occurred afterward are estimated to be around $400 million. This is one of the most devastating natural disasters the United States has ever seen. This is Tim Brogan reporting. Back to you, Abby and Jimmy.
Now, we're told that the earthquake actually occurred twice, once at 7:53 a.m. and then again at 9:33 a.m.
Experts are estimating that 4 people died during the earthquakes.
An act was passed by Congress earlier this week entitled the Sherman Antitrust Act.
We were able to get some insight on how the act was affecting people.
Earlier this week, on July 2nd, Congress finally passed the Sherman Antitrust Act, restoring competition among businesses. Nancy, will you tell us a little about the U.S. vs. E.C. Knight trial? The American Sugar Refining Company gained control of E.C. Knight, therefore resulting in a 98% monopoly of the sugar refining industry. Grover Cleveland directed national government to sue Knight Company under the provisions of the Sherman Antitrust Act. The question the court had to answer was, could the Sherman Antitrust Act suppress a monopoly in the manufacture of goods as well as the distribution? Unfortunately, the court ruled that this company had not broken any laws. Because of this decision, regulation of the economy has been made much more difficult. However, hopefully in the future, the court will take a different approach on dealing with the economy, especially with tobacco industries, oil industries, and Microsoft computer industries, all eventually turning into trust.
We're going to have to see what happens. We're going to take a break now.
But stay with us.
This is Channel 1 News at 1, your number one news station.
Ow!
Bye, Mom. See you later.
Remember, don't drink and ride bikes.
Welcome back to Channel 1 News. I'm Abby Kolb.
And I'm Jimmy, Della, Femina. We're told that another act was passed by Congress today called the Clayton Antitrust Act.
Yes, this is in addition to the previous Sherman Antitrust Act, but this prohibits any monopolies and cartels from forming business.
They say it's supposed to ensure equal opportunity for everyone. Let's take a look at what other people out there think.
This is bad!
As you can see, Mr. Winter has his own opinion on the new act.
The people of America and the world are gathering for the World's Fair in St. Louis.
Mrs. Abigail Kolb and Nancy Katz were able to get on the scene.
Hi, I'm Nancy Katz.
And I'm Abby Kolb.
And we're here at the St. Louis World Fair, also known as the Louisiana Purchase Fair.
The weather's not that nice out today, but it looks like these kids are having a great time.
We're in St. Louis, Missouri, ready to interview some kids about how they feel about the fair. So are you guys having fun?
Yeah.
What's your favorite ride?
My favorite ride? I don't know.
Do you like to come here with your family every year?
Actually, Yeah, because it's a great play area. Yeah! Yay! Woo!
With the new invention of the telephone, Mr. Alexander Graham Bell has been very busy. George Hyder was able to get an interview with him.
I'm here with Mr. Alexander Graham Bell. He has a new invention for us. What do you call it?
Well, we call it the telephone. And what it does is it allows people in two different towns to talk to each other at the same time using cables and vocal devices that we have designed.
I see. Now, I hear Mr. Elijah Gray is complaining that you actually stole the idea from him in the first place. Is that true?
Well, not exactly. He was working on a similar device, but what his does is it plays sounds and musical notes. But mine is really designed to transmit voices.
I see. And I understand you'll be demonstrating at the World's Fair.
Yes, me and my assistant, Mr. Watson, are traveling to the World's Fair to demonstrate our new machine in the hopes that people will start using it.
Thank you for taking the time to be with us today, Mr. Bell.
You're very welcome.
Back to you guys in the studio.
Today in sports, the first gloved boxing match took place. I was able to get some footage myself.
10-time defending heavyweight champion, Mr. James Sullivan. He's preparing for his fight against Jim Colbert. He's, how are you feeling about this?
I'm pretty confident, you know. I've done this tons of times before, so it's just another walk in the park.
Now, I understand that you are a bare-knuckle boxer, and you're defending your championship with the bare-knuckle boxing. How do you feel about your first glove fight?
It's not going to be too different. It's just going to make me suffering more, you know.
And you're pretty confident about this?
I got this one in the bag.
Well, that's all for Channel 1 News at 1.
Meet us again tomorrow, 1 o'clock, Channel 1 News.
Ba-da-da-da-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-